morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha, Acharya. The top stories first. The Hal expresses desire to be Prime Minister once again. The Hal expresses commitment to tourism development of Nepal. CPN Unified Socialist Chairman urges the ministers to implement the party's decision. Nepal informs the ministers to the reshuffle by Saturday. Fuel import from Freegunj transit up by 78%. Import of cooking gas increased by around 8%. Earthquake kills more than 1,000 people in Afghanistan. India and Pakistan send help to affected areas. And Manchester City agrees to €45 million transfer deal with Leeds for Calvin Phillips. Club will pay €42 million for the player with potential. And now the news in detail. Chairman of the ruling CPN-Maoist Centre, Pushpakamal Dahal, has expressed his desire to be the Prime Minister once again. Dahal, who is also a former Prime Minister, said that his dream was to take the country to a new era by becoming the Prime Minister once again. Speaking at a program organized by the Nepal Mountaineering Association on Kathmandu on Friday, he said that he had played a leading role in bringing about this change in the country.
देशको आर्थिक विकास र समृद्धिको निम्ति सबै क्षेत्रमा समृद्धिको एउटा यात्रा सुरु गर्ने मनसायको साथ राजनीतिक स्थिरता र विकास र समृद्धिको सपना बोकेर अबको जीवन बिताउने मैले भनेको थिएँ। अर्को पटक देशको नेतृत्व गर्ने मौका मैले पाउने हो भने सम्पूर्ण रूपले देशमा यी देखा परेका तमाम विसङ्गतिहरूमाथि प्रहार गर्दै एउटा नयाँ युगतिर देश लैजानुपर्छ भन्ने सपना त मेरो मनभित्र छ।
Chairman Dahal said that the tourism sector was the only reliable means of resolving the economic crisis in the country. He also expressed his commitment to take initiative with the government to solve the problems seen in the tourism sector.
हामी सबैको एउटा एजेन्डा भनेको पर्वतीय पर्यटन समग्र पर्यटनको विकासमा राज्यले पहिलो रूपमा हेरोस् भन्ने नै हो। यसमा तपाईको साथमा हामी छौं। तपाई लिडरशिपको रूपमा हुनुहुन्छ। तपाईले डोर्याएर यो क्षेत्रलाई मात्र व्यवस्थित गराइदिनु भयो भने पनि तपाईलाई विश्व जनमानसले नि जय जयकार गर्नेछ भन्दै पर्यटन बोर्डका पुनर्संरचना नो ट्रेकिङ विदाउट गाइड एन्ड पोर्टर र यसलाई अल्पाइन क्रपको रूपमा विकास गर्न तपाईको महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका रहोस्।
Speaking on the occasion, Nepal Tourism Board Vice Chairman Chandra Rizal demanded the government to restructure the tourism board immediately. He repeatedly urged the Maoist Centre Chairman Pushpakamal Dahal to take initiative with the government to facilitate the tourism sector by developing it as an industry. Vice President Rizal expressed his indignation over the government's failure to develop the Nepal Mountaineering Association as an alpine club. For voter registration, details can now be filled from home. After the Election Commission provides such facility, the obligation to go to the District Election Office, District Administration Office and Area Administration Office to register and update the voters list will end. The Commission has prepared the necessary software for the purpose. Pre-listing is in the final stages. According to the Commission, voters' registration can be done online within the next 10 days. Currently, registration is being done through biometric voters registration system. The Commission has stated that the system is being upgraded. The software is designed to keep your details from mobile. CPN Unified Socialist Chairman Madhav Kumar Nepal has urged the ministers to implement the party's decision. Speaking at a meeting of the party's Politburo on Friday, Chairman Nepal urged the ministers to implement the party's decision to recall the incumbent ministers. He also said that the ministers will be reshuffled by Saturday. Talking to media persons after the meeting, party spokesperson Jagannath Khatioda said that the party's decision would not be changed. Chairman Nepal said that alliance would be given priority in the upcoming federal and state elections. Noting that the coalition has not made itself the main agenda, Khatioda said that he has instructed the leaders and cadres to prepare their candidature in all the constituencies of the country. Chairman Nepal said that the alliance would win more of if the Nepali Congress and the CPN Maoist Center would improve their behavior in the past. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 21 new cases of COVID-19 across the country. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, the number of active cases of COVID-19 has dropped to 110 after 40 people recovered from the disease. So far, a total of 979,362 people have tested positive for the virus in Nepal, while 967,300 people have already recovered. No new death from the virus was reported yesterday. The death toll from the virus remains constant at 11,951. Nepal is currently among top 66 countries affected by coronavirus. USA tops the list with 88 million cases, followed by India with 43.31 million confirmed cases. The virus has infected more than 544.30 million people worldwide and has claimed over 6.34 million lives. Fuel import through Birganj transit point has increased significantly. The import of petroleum products via this major trade transit point of the country has gone up by 78% in the 11 months of the current fiscal year compared to the corresponding period of the last fiscal year, the Birganj Customs Office said. More than 1.41 million kiloliters of petroleum products worth Rs 74.34 billion was imported through this transit from July 16, 2021 to June 14, 2022 of the last fiscal year. Meanwhile, 2.53 million kiloliters of petroleum products worth Rs 153.36 billion has been imported through the Birganj transit in the 11th month of the current fiscal year. This volume of import is 78.51% more than that of 11 months of the previous fiscal year. Similarly, the import of cooking gas (LPG) has increased by around 8%. Altogether, 258,150 metric tons of LPG has been imported through Birganj transit in the last 11 months of the current fiscal year as compared to 239,638 metric tons in the corresponding period of the previous fiscal year. And now the news from economic front. Kathmandu Metropolitan City has brought a budget of Rs 25.41 billion for the coming fiscal year 2079 and 80. The metropolis has set a target of rebuilding the traditional water taps of Kathmandu in the first priority in the budget presented by Deputy Mayor Sunita Dangol. Apart from these, there are programs to run electric public transport in Kathmandu metropolis, build ponds on vacant government land and rehabilitation of patios. Similarly, the metropolis has given priority to development of physical infrastructures of public schools, converting garbage into energy, construction of traditional bus stands, setting up fire stations at various places, providing home health checkup facilities for senior citizens and construction of sports venues. The metropolis has allocated Rs 11.08 billion for infrastructure development, which is 49.57% of the total budget. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. India and Pakistan have sent humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan, where a powerful earthquake has killed more than 1,000 people. India said it has sent a technical team to the Afghan capital Kabul to coordinate the delivery of aid, while trucks and food and other necessities arrived from Pakistan, where also the tremors were felt in some areas. India's foreign ministry on Thursday said it had sent 27 tons of supplies on 2 flights to be handed over to international aid agencies and the Afghan Red Crescent Society. The ministry said its team has been deployed to its embassy in Kabul, which has been vacant since the Taliban took control of Afghanistan in August. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday said his country's military action in Ukraine was not responsible for the global food crisis, claiming that the West was preventing the US export of Russian grain. Putin said the food market is unbalanced in the most serious way, addressing a BRICS Plus virtual summit that brought together the leaders of 17 countries, including China, India, Brazil, and South Africa. He also slammed the hysteria surrounding grain that has been trapped in Ukrainian ports since the start of Russia's military action, saying that it does not solve any problems on the global grain market. Putin said Russia is a responsible actor on the global food market and is ready to honestly fulfill all its contractual obligations. Millions of tons of wheat and other grains are currently stocked in Ukrainian ports, either blockaded or occupied by Russian forces, and vessels face the danger of mines that have been laid in the Black Sea, as reported by Al Jazeera. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Manchester City have agreed a €45 million deal with Leeds for England midfielder Calvin Phillips. The club will pay €42 million for the 26-year-old with potential bonuses of €3 million. The Premier League champions made Phillips their #1 summer transfer target, with Fernandinho leaving this summer after 9 years with the club. Phillips was in the Leeds academy and has made 214 appearances for the side since his senior debut in 2015. The midfielder is expected to provide backup for Rodri as City in single defensive midfield position favoured by manager Pep Guardiola. A key player for Leeds under former boss Marcelo Bielsa, Phillips has also shown his ability to operate higher up the pitch alongside Declan Rice for England. England's Player of the Year in 2020-21, Phillips will need to fend off competition from Jude Bellingham, Jordan Henderson, Conor Gallagher and James Ward-Prowse to earn his place in Gareth Southgate's World Club squad. Teams that have qualified for the upcoming Football World Cup will be able to select up to 26 players for the mega event later this year after Football governing body FIFA increased the maximum squad limit by 3. FIFA said the change was due to the unusual timing of the tournament as well as the impact of COVID-19 on squads. Reuters reported the showpiece event in Qatar will run from November 21 to December 18. The number of players to be included on the final list has been increased to at least 23 and a maximum of 26. FIFA said in a statement, no more than 26 people, up to 15 substitute and 11 teams official, will be allowed to sit on the team bench. According to the news agency, UEFA took a similar decision last year, allowing side to pick 3 extra players of the European Championship due to the pandemic. The International Football Association Board this month gave the green light to use of 5 substitutions in matches, which was initially introduced as a tweak to the rules because of COVID-19. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Pushpa Dahal expresses desire to meet Prime Minister once again. Dahal expresses commitment to tourism development of Nepal. CPN Unified Chairman urges the ministries to implement the party's decision, informed that the ministries will be reshuffled by Saturday. Fuel import from vehicles transit up by 78%, import of cooking gas increased by around 8%. Earthquake kills more than 1,000 people in Afghanistan. India and Pakistan send help to affected areas. Manchester City agreed to €45 million transfer deal with leaders for Calvin Phillips. Club will pay $42 million for the player. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.